What's up, guys? This is Luke for Luke's Garage Gym, bringing you guys a brand new video. In today's video, I'm going to do a review of this Major Fitness leg press hack squat machine. Could this be a right fit for you guys in your home gym? Let's see and find out. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, before we get started on the review of this Major Fitness leg press hack squat machine, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to push this video across the world, baby. My name is Luke from Luke's Garage Gym. I do home gym reviews, tips, and tricks show that you out there can get jacked in your home gym, baby. So today, this is the Major Fitness leg press hack squat machine. So why would this be beneficial to anyone out there in a home gym? So first of all, we need to talk about the differences between home gym equipment and commercial gym equipment. This is not meant to be in a commercial gym. Starting it off right now, it's not. It's made for at home. So the reason behind that is obviously the build quality is not commercial gym build quality because all their products are made of 14 gauge steel, which is thinner steel. So durability, impact cannot withstand as much compared to thicker gauge steel like 11 gauge steel. So keep that in mind. But something like this can be honestly very beneficial to people out there looking to build their leg day just goals, their training with their leg day routine. So what this provides for you guys is a 2-in-1 system. So taking a look at this, guys, you have the ability to do multiple movements with this, ranging from leg press, you can also do a hack squat, and then a couple of exercises you can also implement with this too is you can do a reverse hack squat, and you can also do calf raises. There are two different ways you can do calf raises. You can do it from, down in the leg press section, or you do it in the hack squat section, whatever you prefer. So obviously with that, there is versatility to this, but obviously looking at this, guys, it takes up a pretty big footprint this way. Widen this, mainly it's because, you got the bar on the very top here to load your weight. That takes a little bit more space. So obviously you need space in order to have this. So if you're someone out here, watching this in a very minimal space, just giving you guys an FYI, this does not take up very little space. Now, compared to something like the RitFit hack squat machine, leg press machine, that is obviously a smaller footprint and half the price. So, keep that in mind. But talking more about this too, guys, the cool thing is I do like about this is there's two loading sections for this, at the very top and at the very bottom here, so that you don't have to worry about just one section to load. That's something that, the more budget options, they only have one loading spot at the very bottom here, and that's it. So you can obviously stack more weight on top of each section, which is a huge bonus. And then on the back side, obviously you have 4 weight posts that you guys can store your plates. And then a cool feature too on the back, the very back, is there's these wheels here. So, how many times am I going to wheel this thing around my gym? Not very often, but I guess it's nice too, because if, like me, I move my gym all the freaking time. It's a little bit easier to have the wheel so you can shift around your gym more compared to having to have buddies pick it up and move it around. So that is definitely a nice add-on. So let's get a little deeper dive here and talk, specific measurements of this machine so you have an idea what you're working with. So obviously taking a closer look at this, guys, the measurements of the machine is... So if we take a closer look at this, guys, and get some product specs, the height of this machine is 56.69 inches, with the depth being 88.58 inches, with the width being 41.33 inches. The lower foot plate is 92.9 by 23.62 inches, and their upper foot plate is 19.29 by 18.11 inches. And the upper foot plate and the lower foot plate are diamond plated. That just provides, anti-slip for when you're doing your different leg press or hack squats. And then the weight post length on the bottom is 13.78 inches. And the storage post, which there is 4 of them, is 7.87 inches. The product itself weighs 263.94 pounds. The frame is made of steel, and the carriage bar length at the top is 66 41.93 inches, with the overall footprint of this machine being 41.33 by 88.58 inches. So something like this, obviously we talk price, guys. So right now they have is this early bird special, so you can buy a $100 ticket that puts you at $200 off discounted. So that puts us at $12.99. Their pre-sale price right now is around $13.99. So, I mean, it's up to you guys. After watching this video, let me know, are you gonna buy this, or you're like, Luke, this is not for me. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts. But again, they do have that offer right now. And also, I have 5% off using code Luke if you use my affiliate link in the description. Obviously, the affiliate link is free to you, and then obviously it gives me a kickback, to help build my home gym more for more reviews for you guys. And obviously using that code too will help you guys with using that link. But again, that's the price of this, and I kind of want to talk to you guys, comparing that price to other brands out there. So even, let's say that doesn't exist, that price off, $13.99 puts you in the range of, I was looking like, what's the same price? Something like Body Solid. Now, Body Solid, that's 11 gauge steel, where this frame is obviously not 11 gauge steel. It's more 14 gauge steel. And the post back here, together, that's 450 pounds total this holds. And I'm going to talk to that more at the end, but that's not a lot of weight this thing can hold. So that's just something to keep in mind as we talk further about this. Again, that price point, even still, is putting them in the higher end, weight category, with like Bells of Steel has theirs, Tight Fitness has one, Force USA has one. So premium more brands. So does this hold up? Can this, fight with those brands like that? Obviously, we'll break this down more and give you guys some ideas of what I think. So another huge bonus of having a machine like this, guys, is in regards of 3 reasons. Number one is the safety aspect of the type of machine like this. So if you guys notice on each section here, you have your handrails, and then there are 3 slots here to where you can rack this for, obviously, if you're gassed, you're done, you don't have a lot left in your set, you can obviously use the safety rails to rack it in those 3 sections. And the nice thing is too, is they have these band pegs down here. They're not just used for attaching bands for more resistance in your training. They're meant as your stopping motion. So like, say you're at the very bottom here and you cannot get the weight up. Make sure, if you're really putting this thing to the test, have these things in so that you have this to stop you at the bottom here, so you don't kill yourself, will break your knees, just injure yourself severely. So these are meant for that last second, stop, where you can rack it and you'll be safe to be able to get out of the machine without hurting yourself, which I know, kudos to them for having that, because I'm not gonna lie, at first I was like, is there a section for, if I can't get the weight off my knees, I don't want to, obviously be crushing myself. That is nice to have. You can also put these down here as well on each side, these band pegs. So if you want to obviously put the bands down here, I would only honestly prefer, if you're doing that, if you're doing super lightweight, you want to add bands so that you're not really worried about, having to use this as a safety feature. Just keep that in mind, guys. And then they have these handles here, which are, welded pretty well secure, so that you hold on to this, as, support when you're doing your different leg press movements. And then at the very top here, you guys can see your adjustments here, where there are numerous adjustments. Let's say there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for doing your leg press. So obviously that's nice with your different height of where you're at. So I mean, like me, I would say I have it on the 3rd option here is usually where I'm at when I'm doing a leg press, but it all depends on your height and where you're at. So I've obviously had friends who were shorter than me, taller than me. I'm 6 foot. I've had no problems getting in and out of the machine, and range of motion is something we'll talk about later, but that's nice to have. And then if you want to obviously interchange from leg press to hack squat, this pad obviously comes out, and this pad will then go up here on your hack squat, so you can interchange the pad, which is nice. Obviously, these machines have that. And the pad is obviously, I don't think it's too bad. I mean, it's not like super thick, but I mean, it's comfortable enough for me to where I feel like I am getting, the best, movements possible with this. Couple other reasons too that I want to add on to is something like this obviously gives you variety to your training. So if you're someone that, as much as you like to squat, you like to do just other variations of squat exercises, you're like, I do miss having a leg press machine. I use it all the time at the commercial gym. This provides that for you, and obviously this is another reason to add on to it. It takes away from your upper body, so it's leg dominant, so that you don't have to worry about upper body injuries. You're literally focusing just on your legs with a machine like this from doing your 4 different movements, your hack squat, your calf raises, your reverse hack squats, and your leg presses. That is obviously a huge, huge bonus. And I think too, just having a dedicated machine for just variety in your training, like I mentioned before, is just for someone like me that is not really big on using barbells for squatting, front squatting. I haven't really done it in a long time. I love having something like this for honestly my primary source of hitting legs along with leg extensions, which I was going to add too. A reason is this can be supplemented with their different machines. So I've reviewed pretty much almost half of the equipment they have. So I right now have the B52 and the PLM03 about to put together. So what's really nice is you can use this machine, supplement with their B52, their Smith machine. You can do some squats, or you can use the leg extension attachment to hit leg extensions on one of their racks too. So they call it, and I say it's like an ecosystem variety of training from their brand to hit your leg day just routine and hit your goals with your legs. So what I want to do first, talk about the positives, the pros of this major fitness machine. So the things that just come to mind that I really like is the fact that compared to something in their competition like RickFit, I like that there's 2 loading sections for your weight here. So obviously I can, stack some bumpers up here, stack some more plates down here, so I can, have just the convenience of that, which is really nice. I do think it's a very smooth machine with its 4 different rollers here. Obviously, I suggest using some sort of spray. I have like the spray that I use for, the beams, the metal beams that just give it a little bit more smoothness when you're doing your different presses. I think it is, because obviously some machines are just like really loud, and is it that big of a deal? No, but obviously when it's super loud, you get a little weary. Is this thing gonna break on me? Honestly, I've had some machines like that, especially in the commercial gym. I was like, oh man, is this gonna snap on me? But I do think those are 2 nice conveniences. I do like, the 5 different adjustments here, so that it meets the different needs of your heights to help with that range of motion. I'm thankful they have the section down here for your last ditch effort if you're going, super, pushing this thing to the max, and you have this as your last second safety option so you don't get hurt. I think that's really nice. In the 4 sections down here for your adjustments, I think are also a huge feature this machine has to have. And it's just the build quality. I do think obviously it's 14 gauge steel, but still it's built pretty well, that I think for most people it will get the job done in the home gym space. So now those are just some pros, just the primary things that come to mind that I like about this machine. If you think of more pros that I did not talk about, that you like, that you have, let me know in the comments. But now let's talk about, we did the good, let's do the bad. All right, first of all, this is going to throw a lot of people off, is the weight capacity that these 2 sections hold all together. So first I thought, okay, this section here can hold over 400 pounds, and that section there can hold over 400 pounds. This thing can hold almost 1,000 pounds. Nope, that's not it. This can only hold up to 400 and like a little over 450 pounds, 460 pounds. Guys, that's not a lot for your advanced lifters. It's not. Is it enough for a beginner? Yes. Is it enough for an intermediate lifter? Yes. If you're someone that is going to be squatting a barbell squat over 400 pounds, and you come to this and you're maxing this thing out, you're like, dude, I wasted my money. So you out there, if you know you're an advanced lifter, you know you're pushing serious weight, this is not for you. I'm telling you right now. So, and that's, that's okay. A lot of what they provide for you guys, this is the thing about Major Fitness, they are not Rogue, they are not Titan, they are not Bells, well, everyone's like Titan, they're not Rogue, they're not Rep, they're not. Rogue and Rep provide, better gauge steel, higher weight capacity machines. Major Fitness does not do that. And then something else I want to talk about that is a little, off-putting that I just noticed about, doing reviews on these machines is like when I'm doing a hack squat, sometimes my feet, obviously I have the pad here. I can show you guys a clip. It's almost like it's sliding off of the hack squat board down there to where like I can't have the best range of motion with this machine. That obviously is a little bit of a concern for me. I don't know if it's just because it's how long my legs are, how big my feet are. So I'm 6 foot. I wear size 12 shoes. Is because if I had smaller feet, shorter legs, I wouldn't have that issue. That happens to me a few times. Obviously, it's a little off-putting. I think that's a lot of these machines have those issues with certain people and their height and then just their body types. You can't have your feet fully intact sometimes. It's happened to me a few times. But overall, I think that's the main things is always, every brand, I love to give things for feedback for them to continue to work on it, and Major Fitness, respects that. Thing is though, if they try to find a way to work on this weight capacity, they're going to have to up the price more, which I get. I'm wondering if there's a cost-effective way to, critique this board down here so that it's almost like it's taller, even wider, so that you have a better experience with doing your hack squats. Even like you could make this leg press section even wider so that you have no issues with that. I feel like that can't be super, super costly to create a wider board here, taller down there, even a little wider down there, and then could be, it could be closer to the price it has now. Those are like the main things I could think of that I'd like to see improve. But other than that, guys, I do think this is going to be a staple in my garage gym training. I do think it has a lot of value to it and what it can offer for you guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'm excited to bring more content for you guys soon on this piece and more things with Major Fitness because they do provide, more budget option, affordable machines for people out there, trying to work out at home. So I'm excited to bring more content for you guys soon. This is Luke from Luke's Garage Gym. See you guys later.